of their own free will. Only the fates could assign them that. And there would never be peace between the animal Katagaria and the human Arcadians that the king had created. Eternal enemies, the two races would become known as werehunters, because each would hunt the other. Throughout all time, they would battle and slaughter their own kind, forever suspicious, forever angry. More than that, they would become the chosen food source of their own cousins, the vampiric daemons, who needed souls to live past their 27th birthday. No peace, no succor. Their fate, to suffer and to exist in spite of the gods, until the day the last two survivors kill each other. That was their prophecy. And none were to suffer more than those who bore the name of the king's direct descendants, those who bore the surname Kattalakis. Chapter 1. January 2003. Sanctuary, New Orleans. So that's the infamous sanctuary. Fang Kattalakis looked up from where he was locking down his sleek Kawasaki Ninja to see Keegan eyeing the triple-story red brick building across the street. The pup was just hitting puberty, about 30 years old in human time, but true to their species and his werehunter age, Keegan appeared around the human age of 16, which meant he was as excitable as an adolescent. Dressed in black leather to protect him while he rode his motorcycle, Keegan almost dropped his bike in his eagerness to visit the famed sanctuary that was owned by a family of bear-wearers. Fang let out a long, exasperated breath as he secured his helmet to his backpack. As punishment, he and his brother Vane had been assigned watch duty over Keegan and his twin brother Craig. Joy, oh joy, he'd rather have his entrails pulled out through his nostrils. Whelp sitting had never been to his taste. But at least they didn't have their leader Stefan along on this outing. That would have resulted in all-out bloodshed, since Fang had no respect or tolerance for Stefan, even on his best day. And today wasn't even a better day. The blonde pup was all limbs as he started to leave, but Vane caught him by the scruff of his neck. Keegan went instantly limp, which said it all about his age and inexperience. Even when he'd been a pup, Fang had never surrendered without a fight. It wasn't in his nature. Vane released his grip on the kid's collar. "Don't leave the pack, whelp. It's a bad habit to develop. Wait on all of us." It was why they were all riding motorcycles, since average young weren't real good at teleporting until they were around 40 or 50 years old, and because whelp powers tended to play havoc with even the strongest when being teleported by another, mundane human transportation was best. So here they were, bored, agitated, and looking human. What a disgusting combination. Most of all, Fang was tired. And since they were training the whelps to socialize and maintain human forms during the light of day, Sanctuary had seemed the best and safest place to take them outside of camp. At least here, if one turned wolf, the bears could hide it. Only the strongest of Katagaria wolves could remain human in daylight. If the pups couldn't learn to hold their alternate human forms under the power of the sun by the time they turned 35, their leader would order the pack to kill them. It was a harsh world they lived in, and only the strongest of their species survived. If they couldn't fight and blend in with the humans, they were dead anyway. No need in wasting their precious resources on creatures who couldn't defend the pack. Vane glanced over to Fang as if waiting for him to say something nasty to Keegan. Normally Fang would have some smart-ass comment about the pup, but he was just too tired to bother. "What's taking so long?" Fury paused beside Fang, chafing at his delay. Not quite as tall as Fang, Fury was lean and vicious. With turquoise eyes, Fury had sharp features, and everything about the wolf made Fang's hackles rise. His long white blonde hair was pulled back into a tight ponytail. Slinging the backpack over one shoulder, Fang raked him with a sneer that said what he thought about the wolf. Not much. "Locking down my bike, asshole,"